Trade Guitars is giving away this Gibson Custom Shop Les Paul to one of you. How to enter? Subscribe to Play and Trade Guitars on YouTube, and we'll give it away when we hit 50,000 subscribers.
Welcome back to Play and Trade Guitars. I'm John, that's Zach behind the camera. This is Play and Trade Guitars, where we play it and trade it. And I'm about to show you a must-own guitar from Epiphone. I'm going to cut right to the chase here and tell you that this represents one of the best values in the guitar market. We're talking about the Epiphone Firebird at $649 USD. And I'll tell you what, this guitar is a screaming bargain considering the fact that if you can find the Gibson USA version, which is almost impossible to do nowadays, it's going to cost you upwards of $2,000. And at $649, this inspired by Gibson Epiphone Firebird just might be a must-own guitar. At the top, if you're in the market for any new gear, click to buy using our link because it supports our channel when you buy gear using our link. Thank you for doing that. Also, we're so close to giving away our Gibson Custom Shop Les Paul. That's going to happen when we hit 50,000 subscribers. To win, you have to sign up on Gleam. Entry link is in the description. All right, we're going to take apart this Firebird on the bench. Of course, we're going to plug it in and play it. And if you'll stick with me till the end, I'll give you a full performance and a final score for this guitar. But I'm super excited about this one, so let's get to work on the Epiphone Firebird. All right, here on the bench, I actually want to flip the guitar over and talk about what makes a Firebird so special from a construction standpoint. You actually have, rather than a solid wood, like a solid mahogany body like you find on most Gibsons or Epiphones, you actually have a laminate piece of wood that's a 9-ply laminated combination of mahogany and walnut. And those 9 plies are going to form a straight through design from the tip of the headstock all the way down to the butt of the guitar. And it's that 9-ply mahogany and walnut core that make a Firebird so distinct. And then you have these mahogany wings that are attached to that block, but you can see the layers of lamination here. You have mahogany, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 pieces comprising the construction of that body with these mahogany wings. I'm also such a sucker for the reverse Firebird headstock. Here we have Epiphone on the emblem, and you can see that even the tuners themselves, because of the reverse headstock, it's almost like trying to tune a left-handed guitar as a right-handed player, and that's part of the quirk and charm too. Coming down here, you have an Indian Laurel fretboard bound and these trapezoid acrylic inlays. These are recently refreshed ProBucker Firebird pickups from Epiphone, and they're really going for the vintage real deal. The Firebird was introduced in 1963, and don't be fooled by their small size because usually these have screaming hot outputs, and they're some of my favorite pickups. They just sound so incredibly good. And let's get the strings off so we can get some neck measurements and take a look at these pickups under the hood. 1.68 inches on the nut, first fret at 0.82 inches, up to 0.93 inches at the 12th. And if I take the measurement of that laminated block, we're at 1.59 inches compared to, at the far wing here, 1.25 inches on the left bout. You also have a comfort cut here. Design-wise, if it looks different than the rest of the Gibson guitars, that's because it certainly is. And actually, Gibson brought in a car designer to give them an idea for the design and aesthetic of the Firebird in 1963. And yeah, it's an odd bird, but man, when you play one, you get it. And it's just really cool. Let's flip over and take a look at these Firebird pickups from Epiphone. Standard volume, volume, tone, tone. A bridge pickup at 7.7. Neck pickup at 7.7. Middle at 3.8. Let's check out the controls too. The toggle switch is down on the right part of the body, and it's housed in here. You can see the routing for the wires. 7 pounds, 12 ounces, so 7.75 pounds. Another little interesting trivia tidbit for you is that the Firebird is often called an offset guitar. It is not an offset guitar because the waist is in a line that's horizontal like this. It's not offset like a Jaguar. So spinning the guitar around for an initial reaction. The neck definitely has a little more meat to it. It's not the slimmest neck, but I would call it kind of a healthy medium. And it feels really nice in the hands. There's always just a characteristic brightness and kind of snap to a Firebird. It really kind of, it plays and sounds like it has teeth. And the design itself, I mean, talk about access to the upper register. It's just, I mean, it is no problem getting all the way up here. It's really just a cool guitar. I love the aesthetic design of a Firebird, and I've really fallen in love with the sounds. So remember, if you're in the market for a guitar like this, use our purchase link. You support our channel directly when you buy using our link. And now's the fun part. We get to plug this in. I'll show you direct cleans. We'll dirty it up with the Deluxe Reverb and play some riffs. And then we'll let it sing behind the track. Drop a comment as we go, and remember to stay tuned because at the end I'll give you the final score. And I'm super pumped. Let's make it happen. I really enjoy playing a Firebird. There's nothing else that sounds like it. And for $649, it's really hard to beat the Epiphone Firebird. It's really modeled on like a Firebird V, and it's got the reverse headstock. It's super cool. It might throw your brain for a loop if you're right-handed and you're trying to tune a guitar like a left-handed player, but welcome to their world, right? Anyway, $649 is pretty hard to beat. Stay tuned for my score, but let me tell you my favorite things about this guitar and what maybe I thought might use some work. My favorite things I really think that the neck shape, it's a little bit meatier, be aware, and it feels really nice. It's actually especially meaty. You kind of notice it in the upper register, which is interesting, and it feels good. It's like a nice hand support when you're kind of wailing away. I really like that they went for the true to form 9-ply mahogany and walnut body, because it's a really important part of the neck through construction. I'm glad Epiphone didn't cheap that out. So really, I mean, that means you're getting the real deal for what comprises a Firebird at $649. That's just awesome. Only little nitpicky things here. I noticed of just the slightest sharp fret edges, maybe in the upper register, but nothing terrible, nothing that couldn't be filed out. And you know, there's not much to complain about. I was a little surprised that the pickups read at a lower kind of register than the traditional Firebird pickups, but they sounded really good to my ear, so I guess who cares where they read, right? But here, I'll give you my final score on the Epiphone Firebird. I'm gonna put this guitar at a solid 8.8 on the Epiphone Firebird. Definitely recommend buying this guitar, because here's the thing, where it scores the highest is not only in playability, but also in value, because the comparable Gibson Firebird is gonna run you at least $2,000. Even the used ones are going for over $2,000 now from Gibson USA. If you want to have one Firebird in your collection, this is a great way to do it. So remember to buy using our purchase link for any new gear, this guitar or any new gear. You can click this link in our description to buy. And check out our next demo. We've got plenty more from Epiphone, Gibson, and all the big brands. Subscribe to win our Les Paul from the custom shop. We're gonna give that away when we hit 50,000 subscribers. And watch our next video and drop a comment as we go. Thanks for hanging out with us and playing trade guitars. We'll see you on the next video. Take care.